Hello friends, happy Friday Eve. I hope your week is going well so far. I am so excited to be doing a sewing video. This is the first one in probably like over a year. I haven't stopped sewing, I will say that first and foremost. I have not stopped sewing, I've just stopped showing you for some reason. I don't really know why, but all of my friends right now are pregnant. Like probably more than not are all pregnant. So I have a lot of baby showers coming up, and I remembered this project that I worked on with my sewing teacher, and it was super simple and easy, and I was like, why don't I just record this and share this, because I'm sure I'm not the only one surrounded by friends who are pregnant. I believe in total this project probably took me an hour, and that is with me unpicking the blanket that I sewed together because I sewed it on incorrectly. So this is a very simple, very quick, very easy, very forgiving project, and I thought it would be a good one to just kind of get back into the sewing vlogs with. I am using scrap fabric as I have way too much from my previous projects and I need to get through them before I purchase more fabric. I say that like I didn't just buy new fabric. Guys, I'm gonna go hold on, let me go get the new fabric that I bought because it's so cute. I would say what my plans are, but I'm not gonna do that quite yet because I'm afraid the people that I'm making this for might watch this. I don't think they do, but never hurts to be safe. Okay, so I got, I think, half a yard of this fabric. It's like this really pretty pink and yellow mixed with some oranges. It kind of looks like a marbling fabric. It's not normally what I go for, but I think it'll be cute for the project that I'm working on. And then I got a lot of fat quarters. Actually, let me just go through the ones that aren't fat quarters. I can't show you that one because I know that person actually watches. I found this beautiful, going off marble, like I just said I don't use that, but can you see there's like gold flecks, like gold shimmer embedded in this fabric? Insane. I have no idea what I'm doing with this, genuinely. This one's for me. I try to get fabric everywhere I go to kind of have a souvenir that way, but I bought so many other souvenirs last weekend that I probably don't even need that. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna get it for fun. We're not gonna try to use it and make it into a clothing item. We're gonna just buy it and figure it out later. These were next to each other, as you can see. They also have that little gold detail. It has a beautiful butterfly, and then there's like blue butterflies. My friend and I have this thing about whenever we're out, we see blue butterflies all around, so I thought that would be cute to get to kind of commemorate that. I think I got a third of yard and then like half a yard of this, or a quarter and a third, something like that. And then I got a third of a yard of this. It's got like pretty sunflowers. My goal is to use this as a lining and this on the outside, so they kind of paired well together, at least I thought. And then same with this. I think I got like a third of this little floral fabric. Same thing, they go together in some form or fashion. I feel like the fun of sewing is that it doesn't actually have to match perfectly. Unlike clothes, like, you know, you need to like keep a good scheme and stuff. Like, it's more fun and whimsical when it doesn't entirely match. That was like the main fabric that I purchased, and then I got a bunch of fat quarters. So I got this really pretty, again, blue butterfly, right? And then this, like, it just reminded me of like a really pretty old tablecloth. I have a project in mind for this one. And then I found this. This is the most beautiful, stunning. I wanted this fabric in, like, I was gonna buy bolts of this because I think it's so stinking pretty. It just reminds me of Lily Pulitzer and my time there, and it's just so pretty. But it was a fat quarter, so I think someone had already used all of the bolt up. I'm not gonna share this one because I know the person watches. So, and then I got this one for my sewing teacher because she loves fat quarters. I got her these two to kind of commemorate the blue butterfly. I got her these two. So that is all the fabric I purchased, but that is all to say that I'm using my scraps for this project in specific because I need to get through them so stinking badly. Very excited to work on this project with y'all. Again, super quick and easy. This is my first time using my standing desk for a sewing project, so I'm very excited to continue to use this desk because it was a dream come true being able to cut at my height. I'm rambling because I am very excited, and I had a lot of caffeine. But I think this project will be perfect for any baby showers you have coming up, or if you are expecting as well. It's nice to have. They can range from any size. Mine's quite small, like kind of like a little grab blankie versus one that you can put over their body, but you can make them as big as you want. Once you get the initial understanding of how it works, you can make it as small or as large as you want it. You can make it for dolls. You could, like for your children that have baby dolls, you can do that. It's a very versatile project, and I'm really excited to work on it with you guys. And I'm gonna stop rambling. I just got really excited because all the fabric, I'm looking at it again. Thinking of all the projects I'm gonna make with that. But I am going to stop rambling, and we are gonna get straight into the video. Okay, because I have the most of this green, I'm gonna start here. I just have a bunch of scraps, so I'm gonna measure out 5-inch strips, and then I'll cut off the selfridge. The beauty of this project is it doesn't have to be exact. So I lost, somewhere in the fight, I lost my ruler, so we're just gonna hope and pray that I cut straight today. But again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, so. All right, now I'm just gonna go the other way, so. That actually works out perfect. All right, there's one 5-inch square. Perfect. And then here's another. It's going quicker than I thought. That's nice. And then now, because of the way this is set up, we only have 2 squares right now. So we're gonna need a good bit more. I'm gonna speed this up so you don't have to suffer through, but this is all we're gonna do for the next little bit. Just gonna cut 5-inch squares. I will see you once we have them cut. So we have a good bit cut here. I'm gonna separate these out to see how many I have. And that'll give me an idea of how much I need to cut of the other, because I don't think I have that much. I think this was more majority. This is so fun using all my scraps. And it's a very simple project, which is nice. Wow, we've got quite a bit. The baby's not gonna be that big, you know? Okay, I think we could get away. Let's say we're alternating, right? So I'm gonna do an alternating pattern. Then I think we should, yeah, we've got more than enough. And this is if I mess up. Let's work on cutting the other print. This one is cotton and the other one's like a flannel material, so should be nice and soft for baby, but I don't have nearly as much, so we need to be as smart as possible, we being me. But how cute is that? It's not the same green, I will say. I wish I had like a blue to pull out the blues here, but I think it'll look cute. It's a baby. I don't think she's gonna have an opinion. She might, but hopefully not. Now let's just do the same thing. So we got 5. And then I'll clean those up to the width that I need in a second. Having a standing desk whilst sewing has literally changed the game. Because at my sewing teacher's house, she's a little bit shorter than I am, so her cutting board, I mean, I'm very grateful she lets me use it. Let me say that first and foremost. I'm very grateful she even does the class. But I will say, it's a little bit shorter, so a lot of times I'm like really hunched over. This is nice to like have it at my height for once. I feel like nothing's really made for tall people. Everything's kind of standardized. That's why, like, if my husband and I ever did end up building a house, like, I fear I would make it so unsellable in the future, because I would want like tall sinks and I would want tall cabinets and I would want like we're both the same height, so like it would just be so nice. And I know it's a terrible decision and I won't do it, but I have thought about it a few times, like just how nice it would be to not have to like scrunch over to wash my hands in the sink. A non-negotiable for me whenever we purchase a house, whether it comes with the house already or we add to it later, is a standing oven. That is a luxury I will put all of my money into because it would change the game for me entirely. I feel like it would just really change my life. And I just think whoever has been blessed with a standing oven, I'm so hopeful I get to join you one day because man, oh man, that would change the game, I feel like. Not having to bring my Dutch oven down to the ground and like squat it up every time. I could just pop it straight in at eye level. Oh, okay, let's see what we have. Oh yeah, we're chilling. We'll have plenty. Okay, cool. And after this, we're gonna iron. My least favorite thing to do. And then we should be able to get sewing. Again, gonna speed this up so you don't have to sit and watch me. Alright, I have my iron heating up, but I wanted to show you what we got from that. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 and then an extra I'll use in case I mess up. I think that's gonna be a pretty decently sized baby blanket. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this and then we'll iron. Okay, these are done. Working on these now. Both of these are ironed. We're gonna pin them together and start making the X's on them. Luckily, we already have a bobbin in. All we need now is the thread. I don't need to really pin these. I trust that I'm gonna be okay. So I'm just gonna start sewing and I'm gonna do, I don't know what it's actually called. I call it a back stitch. To make sure it doesn't unravel at any point, I'm gonna go forward and backwards, one corner to one corner, other corner to the other corner, and that's gonna make our X. Back stitch, and then just go diagonally. All the way down. Back stitch, pull up, go to the next one. Same thing, down, back stitch, and then all the way through. Back stitch, pick up. Cut. There's one done. We're just gonna keep going at faster speed. Nice.
What do you think?
Here they all are completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We actually got 9 out of that, so that should be good. Okay, on to the next. I think this is going to be a little bit faster because how thin it is. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's like flying. Okay. Maybe you can see, sometimes I'm not even making it into the quarter. Like, it's really that unserious of a project. I know if my sewing teacher were watching this, she would say, no, it's not, but it's the beauty of making it at home. She doesn't know. I'm kidding. I'll probably show her. But look, that one was good. Guys, we're improving. Okay. One done. On to 50 more. I know I have 9, so I might just see if I need 9 to make a good square. That was 2. Okay, this is what I was talking about. I was talking about an alternating pattern. I'm gonna try 3s at first. Actually, let's try 4. We might be able to get away with 4. Wow, this could be bigger. Should I go taller? I think I'm gonna go taller. Okay, I just need an 8. Yeah, I think that's a good size. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off all of this extra, and then I'm going to sew it like this with 1/2 inch, and then that's when we'll cut. Sew these together, sew these together, sew these together, sew these together, fold them on themselves, sew them. You'll see. But that is the plan for right now. Like I said, just going to cut these extra strings so they're not annoyingly in the way later on. Just gonna lay them back down in the order so I don't lose it. But yeah, like I said, very quick, very easy, good present because it's handmade. But I mean, you could do this with literally anything. You don't have to do alternating fabrics. I just had 2 fabrics, and one was a flannel, like for an old baby blanket that I made. I was like, well, why the heck not, you know? But like, you could do all one color, you could do multiple colors, you could do school colors. If your child has a specific cool school color, or they're like in a sport, kind of anything. The possibilities are endless, which is so fun. I feel like that's the case for any sewing project though. Like, honestly, you could do so much. I have so many scraps, and I'm like, what can I piece together and what can I make from this? There's just so many options. I'm getting a little overwhelmed, so if you have any suggestions of things that you've made with your scrap projects, let me know. But yeah, I'm just going to continue to do this, and I will get back to you when we start sewing again. So like I said, we're just going to get started on this. I'm going to separate the rows out so I can bring this closer. But I'm going to keep it all in the same order, so I know. And then I'm just going to sew these at 1/2 inch. We're going to take this, and I'm going to keep the print upward, and then I'm literally just going to sew 1/2 inch. So I'm going to try to line these up as best as I can, and then I'm going to take it, go to 1/2 inch here, do what I normally do, which is forward, back stitch, and then just go down the line. Back stitch, and that one is done. Then we'll open it like this. Okay, so now I need to place my next one. Oh, I always get so confused. I think it's like this, so then, no, it's like this. So it'll open like that. Okay, so now I need to place this here. It doesn't matter which way your fabric is. It doesn't matter which way it gets sewn as long as it's getting sewn the correct way, in the correct direction. So this is what we're gonna have, and then we're just gonna repeat this process again. So I want it to be like this, so I'm going to line up these edges at 1/2 inch. And that is one row done. See, super simple. Gorgeous. Isn't that cute? And then we'll take some scissors to this, and then that's how we'll get the pretty edges. But how cute. Okay, let me line this up to make sure I'm not going in the wrong direction. Okay, perfect. Perfect. How cute. Like, that's gonna be so stinging sweet. All right, that's row 1. Let's move to row 2. I want them up like this. So I'm going to line these up. 1/2 inch. Now we have all 4 rows. I'm going to once again cut off all the extra strands. So now, very complicated stuff. We are now going to sew this row together. By doing that, we're going to lay it flat. Now the important thing is you kind of flatten these out a little bit, like you can just finger press it out, just so it doesn't get stuck when you're sewing, because that is a lot of fabric for your poor machine to go through. We're sewing, I'm going to pin these and make sure that they're aligned. That is so far the hardest part for this entire. I love a good complicated rewarding sew, but man do I love a quick and easy sew as well. And it doesn't matter about these sizes because you're going to cut those anyway, so no need to be super particular. Now, like I said, I'm going to pin these together. So I'm going to take these, and this should be aligned, Lord willing. I'm just going to literally pop it in the seam here. Place one at the front too, just to be safe. And then same thing. Make sure these are out. Make sure these are out. And then line them up. Like so. See where we're getting at, and then line these up as well. Make sure they're level with each other. And then last one here. And then we're going to sew 1/2 inch as well. So I did realize around the midway mark of me doing the border that I had sewn them backwards. So this is what you want your back to look like. This is what you want your front to look like. Please don't be me. I had to unpick everything and start again. So we are now at the same point. I'm going to do 1/2 inch border, and then we'll come back with the fun part. Put it in the dryer. And this is our final product. How cute. It like kind of makes sure it fluffs it up when it's in the dryer. I set it through the washing machine and then on a cycle in the dryer, and then this is what it comes out to. Isn't that cute? Super simple, very quick, very easy, you saw. But yeah, just adds a little extra something. Okay, now I'm gonna package it up and we can give it to the mom-to-be.